Many of these days are coming, I'm gonna take that boy's crown. There's a serpent in these still waters, lying deep down. To that king I will bow, at least for now. One of these days are coming, I'm gonna take that boy's crown. 'Cause I am a little wicked. I am, 'cause I am. Hands raised, just like it said. I am a little wicked. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne. I'll be high up in that tower, he'll be down there getting stoned. Beware the patient woman, 'cause this much I know. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on the throne. 'Cause I am a little wicked. I am. Hands raised, just like it said. I am a little wicked. I am a little wicked. I am, yes I am. Hands raised, just like it said. I am a little wicked. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne.
Hello, you amazing people. How are you doing? Sorry for the delay. There was a technical wee hiccup. Look, I'm learning all the things. And Griffey was doing Griffey things. And then I was trying to be a semi-competent adult. All of those things all at the same time. As you can see, it didn't work quite as planned, but we're here. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's go through the chitty chat and see how you are all doing. Lisa Jones, hello, lovely. I'm so glad that you're here. Angel Baby, hello, darling. I am glad to see you also. And if you ever need to talk, we can do so. So just putting that out there. Jessie, hello, my girl. How are you doing? Let's see. I hate it when people read the same name 48 times and forget everyone else. So I always get a wee bit. Italian girl, hello, my love. How are you doing? Good to see you. Who said what? Who is currently ordering fries, apparently. So that's good. I mean, seeing as that's where we seem to be most of the time, metaphorically as well as literally. So I'm glad for it. I'm happy for it. Toe Beans, hello. Every time I see your name, every time I now see a little paw, I think Toe Beans. And it's in my head all the time. And considering I have 8 little paws that rule my house, it's a thing. It's a whole thing. Nikita, hello, darling. How you doing? Good to see ya. See, you were getting a bit of a rollicking yesterday as well. Scapegoat for life. Hello, hello. Good to see you. We love all the goats here. We're happy for all the goats. And we protect our goats here. We don't abuse them. Um, so we're grateful to have all of the goats. If you would like to escape in this direction, you're welcome. You're safe, and we love you. Amanda Cox, hello, darling. How you doing? Good to see ya. I saw multiple people in the past couple of days misnaming you in so many different ways that it was hilarious to me. I was almost going to make a video of how many how many weird ways people can say Amanda Cox because it was making me giggle. Look, these streets have got crazy, yo. We have to take our humour where we can find them, and that's where I find it. Don't judge me. Don't. Okay, you can judge me a little bit. Italian girl, hello, lovely. How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm glad that you're here. Look at you all with your wee hearts. I'm so proud. So proud. Buckeye Mama, hello, darling. Good to see you. I think you were another one who was possibly getting some critique in certain areas, which is unfortunate, but there's nothing we can do really, apart from laugh. There's a lot of laughing to be done at the moment. Kim in Colorado. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not going to say it the same way that Eliza says it because none of us can cope with that. None of us. I can't. Sorry. I love you, Kim, but no. Precious Chaos. Hello, love. See, you were also getting a wee bit of a. There was a lot of. There were a whole lot of people getting a whole lot of roasting today. It was. And yesterday, as per usual, you seem to have upset people by the fact that you may possibly go live at some point, which I thought was hilarious. Ah, dear. Doesn't take much to upset them. God love them. Stella, hello, darling. We have missed both you and the amazing Griffey so much. So much that I don't think you genuinely understand quite how much your calm and measured response to all of the things makes such a difference to all of us. And we love you. So we're glad to see you both. Glad to see you both very much. Bubblegum, hello, lovely. How are you doing? I always imagine her sitting with a pack of Hubba Bubba. She'll know what that means. Or Bubbly Jubbly, if you ever had that when you were younger. Back in my prehistoric days, I remember such things. I'm gonna have to stop saying, it's been so long since I've went live. I'm all nervous. That's so silly. It's because I was messing everything up earlier. There, I've done it again. Who said what? Why are you putting tiny turds in the chat? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you Look, you could have just told me that at any point, but I appreciate you for it. I love the fact that you're so direct. You're just a tiny turd, we. I know. I know. Shabubi's mama, also known as Shubi Mom, but we have to give her her full title because, you know, I can. um, Let me see. And yes, scapegoat for life. There is humour in all of the things. Irish people are known for a whole lot of things. A whole lot of things. And we could talk about that for a long time. But one thing that we're very good at is having a laugh at ourselves, at a situation, at life, at all of the things. Because life is cruel. There are terrible things that happen. There's nothing we can do to stop that. We can try to keep ourselves semi-sane in the process by, just having a laugh. Lisa Jones, what on earth? What on earth are you do? Who? Now I have questions. Now, you know me. I have questions about all of the things I need to know. And yes, Precious Chaos, you were 100% on the naughty step, apparently, um, which was hilarious. That in itself was just so funny to me. Didn't even need to do anything. And yes, who said what? I saw that, you cheeky person. Because yes, I am indeed a little shit. Um, Both myself and Little Shit Cat are no doubt related 400 generations back. Um, we have an element for chaos and hilarity, hopefully, or at least insanity. One of those options at different times. Scapegoat for life. I'm very sorry about that. Our people tend to get, everywhere. As I keep saying to one of my good friends, I apologize often to the people of Tennessee and Kentucky, especially, because unfortunately for them, my people seem to sort of move into that area, and well, well, here we are. What can be said for that? Precious chaos. Now look. There's so much we can talk about that, but that is partly why I ended up being on the Circle Jerk panel, because certain people were so convinced that I was one of the Circle Jerks. So then I had to start my whole circle of we situation because, well, why not, right? It's not like we can convince them otherwise. They're just going, you could literally tell them that the sun rises and sets during the daytime, usually, and they would still not understand the concept. They could be sitting watching it, staring at it, reading a book about solar activity, and it's still, look, I understand reading a book might be a big push for some, but we can hope. Big dreams, big dreams. Lisa Jones, I am convinced you are bound to be one of my people. Um, Again, I apologize. Like, gets cold at night, we have to we have to get about and do things. Um, and yes, Angel Baby, Precious Chaos has an opinion because, like a lot of the rest of us who have been here for more than a hot minute, we remember some things. We remember, you know, where people came into the scene, when they popped up, what they said when they originated, where they went afterwards, what they did after that. And unlike what little Miss Perp would like us to believe, that does not make you a stalker. That just means you have two brain cells to rub together. Unfortunately, there seems to be quite a batch of other people that do not have that capacity. They don't remember not only what the people they talk about did, what they did, who they are, where they are. Half the time, if they're on feckin' live stream, they don't remember any of the things. That's why they don't like us. But that's fine. We'll cope. We will cope admirably. I can promise you that. There's so much craziness happening currently that it's hard to know where to start, to be honest. Um, so many things happening on the YouTube streets. But before I get carried away with myself, I need to ask you guys. Jackie Jude! You just sneaked in there. Everybody wave at Jackie Jude. She can't talk to us, but she's driving like a lunatic. Trying not to hopefully kill people, which would be great. If you can keep that up, that would be nice. That would be preferred. The definite preferred option. Um, and if at some point you could let us know that that was successful, I'll be a happy bunny. Those are how high my expectations are for life at the moment. Like, have you left a body count? If not, well, it hasn't been so bad then, has it? Oh, look at you all waving. That's so cute. That's so cute. So, yes, as I was saying, um, I tried to do a little check round because it's kind of hard to schedule anything, plan anything without either World War III erupting somewhere on the YouTubes or, you know, general catastrophic proportions of weirdness that it's hard, you just don't know where to start sometimes. So I tried to check our usual little bunch of friends, or most of the people that we would sort of listen to, as far as I can tell, um, and couldn't find anyone currently going live. Now, that could have changed. Everybody could have gone live in the past 10 seconds, and obviously I have no idea. Does anyone have any other knowledge to the contrary? If, for example, Pooh or Queen OJ or Circle Jerks or anybody, you name it. If it's wee Jimmy from down the road who streams to his chat of two people, if I haven't noticed it, I'm relying on you guys to tell me. Because I just had to take my chance and run and hope for the best. Hello, Lenny. Hello. I saw that you were getting a bit of a rattle as well. Again, it's almost like there's nothing else for certain people to talk about. I have a million things that I could cover. Jesse, don't you start. I have a million other things that I would prefer to cover that would be more enjoyable, generally more amusing to me. 110 ways we could have way more fun. But part of the reason for having to do this is because there are so many people who seem to have no idea what is happening, including the subs of the people who watch those channels. And half of the time I sort of feel a wee bit sorry for them because they don't really know what's going on. Quite obviously, they haven't seen where the other person has been bad mouthing another person. They keep being told that they are doing this and they are doing that and they said this and they did all the things, which is adorable. That's the best word I can use for that right now. Adorable, because it just confuses the ever-loving shit out of everyone. They don't know who you're talking about, or at least they claim not to. So there's that. Ah dear. So here's the thing, right? Depending on what you guys want to do, because I'm sort of winging it just a wee smidge. A wee smidge. I have things prepared, but I don't want to bore you all to tears. So we have options. So do we go with generally covering and correcting part of what happened last night? Or do we have a general little chit chat? Or do you want to have a panel? So if you can give me a 1 in the chat if you want to cover the stuff that went on last night. And it's long, so we may need to do that in 2 batches, but I have it all. 2, if you want to have a general little chit chat and just hang out and try to not get your head chopped off elsewhere for 2 seconds, which is kind of cool. Or 3, if you want to pop up and we'll just freewheel it as we go along. 1, 2, or 3. Do your full Ernie Shell chat maneuver and let me know which you would prefer. And I am banning each and every one of you from saying 1, 2, and 3 because nobody has time for that. Nobody has the will to live for that long. It's just not possible. So just don't. I know you people. Yous are sneaky. Crafty wee devils. Fluffy nuts. Hello, love. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Um, I saw something today that reminded me so much of Fluffy Nuts. Lisa Jones, I'm gonna kick your tiny behind from here to eternity. But yes, Fluffy Nuts, I saw something today that just made me giggle. I was like, ah. I laughed just like that. It was adorable. Uh, and I'll either, if I don't get a chance to play it later, I'll add it to the community page because, like I said, there's a whole lot of chaos happening in all of the places. So, yeah. What would you like to do, everybody? Apart from, you know, jump off a bar in the Dominican Republic and then complain about it afterwards. What would you like to do? What would you like to do? Oh, Angel baby, it is now at the stage, honestly, every time I think we have reached a new level of craziness in this tiny little community we are in. And I mean that in every sense of the word. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it brings you to the pit of despair. And then you have to remember the funny parts. But recently it sort of looks like, you know, that Ernie Shell was almost like the good old days of when we started this craziness. Which is frightening in itself. Frightening, I tell you. Frightening. Oh my lord. Sparkle Booty Chihuahua. What on earth? Every time I see you, my love, you always have a new name, and it amuses me greatly, as you know. Rosie, hello, love. Good to see you. I'm good to see you. Um, you're indecisive. I'm trying to leave it because normally I do pick and I do have a plan, but I am also very aware that everyone's a little bit stressed and a little bit angry or a little bit frazzled. So I was just trying to give options. And just as I give options, Daphne turns up to throw birthday cake at my face. What on earth are you doing, Daphne? See, with friends like this. Hello, lovely Daphne. It's good to see you, even though you're a cheeky wee monkey, but I appreciate you. We need to catch up on the fuckery. Oh, Griffey. Even in the past, I would say 72 hours, there has been an unparalleled level of what on earth are you all doing? How did we even get here? Why am I here? What is this? Where are we going? How the heck do I get off? Why can I not just, you know, pick a better place to amuse myself like the watching paint dry Community or something because oh, so much, so much, so much. Yes, this carnival ride really sucks. Um, I think to be fair, so many of us want refunds. I'm sure a few people have vomited at some point. We know for sure several people have got arrested. Um, there was various amounts of copulation going on. Uh, and for the few people that didn't include, the rest seems to have covered what can only be termed as carnage, to be honest. It's like a fight to the death with some of these people over the most ridiculous things. That by the time you even think of a way to explain or, you know, try to help rectify a situation, not because anything has been intentionally done wrong, but because people don't understand. The ones that want to create chaos have already done another 10 sets of live streams, all of like 48-hour periods. They've all managed to go live more time than actually exists. That's how this feels. And it's craziness. Absolute craziness. And not in a very good way. Way back when, I think some of you will know that there's a sector of the which is sort of adjacent to the drama community called the Boyt, Boyt. Although that reminds me of something else, I'll tell you that in a wee second. And the Boyt had a reputation for quite some time of doing some very unfortunate things, popping up, fights and stuff, all on the YouTubes. It was crazy for a period. The community has evolved. So now that those people who were in the drama community, a lot of them are now creators in true crime. Now, I'll let you figure out the logic of that, and if you can, please send me your answer on a postcard because, oh, these people are nuts. But the Boyd had this reputation where it was generally the misfits of YouTube. Now, as time has gone on over the past few years, longer than a few creators have even been aware that so many different sectors are around on the YouTubes, the boys have evolved a bit. Quite a lot, actually. You have creators such as Jenny Jen Jen, Savage, and her panel guests, her shipmates. And they have changed a fair bit over the past few years, for in good ways, really good ways. However, life abhors a vacuum. So, as the Boit have elevated themselves, well, some of them, in their behaviours and how they conduct themselves, their communities, other people are fighting desperately to take their place. Which is hilarious to me because they don't want to go and play with the people who would school them quite severely. It will happen. It's just going to take some time. Unlike Purple, and she's getting a name check there because it's deserved in this case. I don't need to run to a bigger creator to almost beg for them to tell me off, like running to your mother whenever one of your brothers or sisters like stole your last piece of toast. I don't need to do that. It's kind of funny to me how these people who claim to be so grown, these bad bitches who are just bad or bitchy, not both together, that's an entirely different thing. I mean, a vindictive cow would have taken all of the clips they have and ran to this bigger creator and said, "See? Do you see this? Do you see the amount of times she has doxed her subs, friends? How many times she has tried to drag other creators, only causing a world of shit for her entire chat? How she herself has said she doesn't have standards because it's either illegal or it's okay." It's interesting to me how the very characteristics that are being criticised from creators such as Bullhorn Betty, Molly Golightly, JLR even, you know, that sort of slight dash of spiciness that you either love or you don't. Some people are taking all of the spicy with zero of the personality and are just going for full spice. Full spice. The Pin Queen with her pictures. And I did also catch that where Precious Chaos was trying to explain that to people. Of Purple wanting to raffle off her coloured in pin pictures in Discord. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how quickly you would get not just your Discord shut down, but your own channel. You know, but hey, what do I know? What do I know? Maybe if Perp runs to Mummy and asks her, she might be able to figure it out. Because I can guarantee you, for as many people are talking about Bullhorn Betty and her very pathetic joke slash threat of give me people's addresses and doxing information and I'll give you a box of wine. I mean, oh, where do you even start? Where do you even start? Although, at least, unlike unlike certain other people, I suppose at least she's offering something for it. Purple just gets given all of this stuff. She doesn't ask for it. She doesn't ask for it at all. It just falls into her lap. She has a stash of other people's information and thinks that that's normal. Yeah. Good luck with that also. There's only so much I can explain. And I think most people can see I'm past the point of trying to explain it to Purple. So, oh Lord. Has anybody thought about the logic of someone who can't even make 2 YouTube live streams in a row that are either spelled correctly, never mind punctuated accurately? How you're going to ask that person to do merch for you and expect that to go swimmingly? I'm just not sure. But again, maybe if it was Betty or Molly, she would understand it better. At least Molly would have the sense to get someone else to do it for her rather than her husband, I suppose. But, I'm sure Mr. Purple's loving the idea of spending his off work time printing out t-shirts and mugs. I'm sure. I'm sure he can barely contain himself with excitement. Between that, the daily banging so that they get to go to Costco, they've quite the interesting life. But whatever floats your boat, I guess. I think we would need to rearrange most of those letters, Daphne. Would come out something like bloobity merch. She would. Oh, I can't even. And before Purple gets her hefty big girl panties in a twist, it's not about you not being able to read correctly or having a brain injury, having a problem with reading, or bad Tabby not gifting you your hooked on phonics books, tapes. To be honest, I think we could work with flashcards and it would still be a struggle. Um, it's not about that. It's about your lack of paying attention to any of the detail. Anything that you do. And yes, Heather. You're going to print merch on solo cups. That would be so perfect that I'm not sure. That could be a whole success in itself. If Corn Dogs had stayed around and not been kicked out for whatever he had done, whatever he had done that day, Uh, I'm sure he would have helped make one of those, the full body pillows. I'm pretty sure that there's quite a lot. Unseen would love one of those. A full body pillow of purple. That would make her very happy. She would love that. Jessie, there's only some mugs we can get on a mug. A mug for mugs. Pug mugs. Excuse me, I just have to mute myself. Sorry about that. The idea of pug mugs just tickled me a wee bit too much there. I had to I had to calm down. It hasn't worked very well, but I'm trying my best. Trying. And yes, to obviously a mere idiot such as myself, it might start to seem like Perp picked a fight with Chris in order to be able to remove her not only from her channel, because obviously if she was expressing an opinion that cannot be accepted at all. Even Karen teeters a fine line there. At times I admire Karen for trying, at times I despair, but at least she's making some sort of an effort. That's again how far low we have gone. Um, but you might question really if Perp had a whole fight with Chris just so that she could set up her own little basement sweatshop with the weasel. Her and the weasel just chain smoking, living their best lives. I mean, she's watched Dolly do it. She's obviously decided it looks like a doddle. And to be fair to Dolly, dude messes a lot of things up, but even he has some notion of how to get things done occasionally. The idea of somebody running a merch business, but they're not going to have the names and addresses of people. I'm not quite sure the little old perp realizes what is in her future, but again, what would I know? What would I know? Well, I suppose, Lenny, here's the thing. With Purple determining that as a disability, it could be argued as such. Obviously not by that camp, but it could be argued as such. But I don't think she realizes then how life limiting a disability can be in many ways, and how you then have to figure out how to become extra sneaky to find a little workaround. And if your workaround to starting a home business is to get your husband to do it, All you've done is given him another job. He's got a less well-paying job. The conditions are terrible. He's in a fog of nicotine smoke. It's very unfortunate. Between him and the weasel, I'm now thinking we need to free both of them, to be honest. After we manage to get the weasel to safety, we'll see if Mr. Purp is happy with his lot. But unlike Purple, I don't reach out to the family members of people on YouTube just to be a dick. I'm pretty sure there's somebody who's in this chat who understands exactly how that feels to have some random person waltz into your life to try to gather information. When people want to talk about going real life, that is going real life. Reaching out to, it's not like you guys had a a friendship. Purple has done this multiple times now where she communicates with people. In order to land a low blow. I'm not going to be the person that would reach out to her family members, and I would highly discourage anyone from doing that. But someone will. That's going real life, Purple. Not a FOIA request. Not a declaration of public information. Purple, I'm on a different continent and I know where you live. You yourself give away all of the information. Your name, your kids' names, birth dates, the whole lot. You have been so careless with your own information. And to be clear, that does not give anyone the right to put you and your family under direct threat. It doesn't. But just saying I don't like you, I don't like what you're saying, I don't like how you behave. I heard what you said a week ago, and what you've said today is now completely different. I heard what you said a year ago, and what you've said today are universes away from each other. Just because those things happen, that's not the same as going real life. Public information is public information. If anyone can have access to it, it's public information. Unfortunately, Purple and her panel, and her chat probably, will never understand why it is different until some pure mindless idiot does take that step of using the very information that Purple has put out there and does the wrong thing with it, the hurtful thing. I don't want that. And unlike her good friend Jenna and her other good friend Nicolina, I'm not going to fucking threaten anybody with it either. Because I'm not a fucking idiot. You're welcome. You can have that little soundbite, Purple, all for your very self. Correct, Linny. They showed Tabby's house. They put out Tabby's information. The amount of things, disgusting things, that Purple has said about Tabby. And I'm not close to Tabby. I don't need to be. I don't care whether it's Tabby or Molly Golightly. There's a way to express yourself, but once you put yourself in the position where it's personal, very personal. Again, the irony that Alanis Morissette would keel over at watching the shit that comes out of their mouths is just ridiculous. And unseen, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. There are so many things I could say, but I don't really think you would take any of them on board, so there's that. So, yeah. Which reminds me of another thing as well. Because I'm sure this will no doubt get played back by the lazy mofo who has nothing else to do for content other than hide on their own panel and bitch about people. Unlike you, Purple, I tried, genuinely tried, to communicate with you as a human being. You don't give anybody else that right. You don't. And before you say it, what about this one and what about that one? That's just what I'm going to give you an idea of here, Purple. There's a channel called Airing You All Out. Pretty good idea who that might be. But if they should happen to listen to this, please take the hint, the very strong recommendation that what you are doing by putting information like you have out about Purple and about Livid, that is going to bring you a world of trouble. No one can defend it. So please, remove those videos. Remove it. And yes, they'll still complain and bitch and whine and moan about all of the videos. Yes, they will. There's nothing you can do about that. You'll know you have made some effort to show contrition for a mistake. And I hope that that's what it is, a mistake. Because if you continue on the path that you're on, there's nobody that's going to be able to stop you from the world of shit you're about to put yourself in. You're already halfway there. Lenny. There's only, again, we would need to, it would be like trying to explain the basic construct of society to some of these people. It would just be too much. Be too much. I tried to start small with one word. One word. And it didn't go well. And then it kept getting worse. Even Purple herself said the only time that I would pop up on her panel was when they had messed it up. Which is true. Very true. But here's the thing. And yes, it almost took an intervention to get me to this point. Thank you, Griffey. Thank you, Stella. Mainly Griffey. I appreciate you. I appreciate your service. There's only so much we can explain to people, and especially when they show a complete lack of interest in learning, understanding, discussing. There's only so far we can go. There comes a point where you realize it is an entirely futile process. Although that makes me think of the Borg now, and now my mind is off on something entirely different. Sapphire Sky, hello, hello, hello. Yes, you cannot turn the light bulb on in someone else's brain. Can't turn the light bulb on. You can't connect the mains electrics. Can't even check if there's a bulb there to begin with. There's only so much you can do. That's why when it comes to anything really, whether it's engineering, medicine, science, teaching, you name it, they have a team of people to be able to do things. It takes a team of people. Just like raising children, it takes a village, right? Unfortunately, the village that some people have apparently moved to I wouldn't recommend it as a tourist destination. I saw Frank try to take a little tour last night. I admired the attempt. And we all know that telling Frank to go fuck himself is like giving him a birthday cake. He is in his element. But patience is a virtue. We got time. We got time. I didn't realize I was muted. Whoopsie. Okay, so as I was so eloquently saying there, uh, it's the subs that have to learn. We all have had to learn this at one point. You trust the wrong person, you talk to the wrong people, you believe a creator, and then they turn out to be something entirely different. Maybe you realized. Maybe you continued to give the benefit of the doubt. Most of us will try and explain it away. Most of us will give way more patience to these unfortunate people than we would give to anybody in our real world lives. And I use that term intentionally because it is important. It's one of the reasons why I objected to how Purple treated Frank. Whether Frank and Purple were friends, how they both individually feel about that, that's up to them. That's not for me to judge. But if it was a man treating a woman in the same way, it wouldn't be received just quite as well. There's so many people in this community that carry on like that want to behave like that. Jesse, what is even happening? Do you want to come up and have a chit chat, Jesse? It's up to you if you do. Okie dokie. There we go. And I'll open the panel to everyone later, but for just now, if Jesse could just come up, that would be preferable, just because I can't stand it when people start to cut each other off and talk over the top of each other, and you're trying to find out something important or communicate with each other. It makes it all very chaotic. It's different when we're all having a chit chat and a laugh and you know, just conversing. But for me, there's times where you just have to have a simple conversation. And I'm a very simple person. You can have that one, Purple. You can have that one. And for anybody who hasn't used the melon thing before, it's just a stream-based version of, you know, any of the other services that you see people use, StreamYard, etc., etc. The only difference with this one, it's the same idea. You just put in your wee details, allow your camera, then turn off your camera if you want, or whatever it is. It just sounds like anything else. Until you've had a go, you don't really know what's going on. So come and have a bite of my melon. Come and play with my melon, Jessie. See, how could you turn that down? Come on now. Don't ruin my happiness entirely here, girl. Yeah, we're going to save those pictures for the OnlyFans, Daphne. We'll get there at some point. You know. Lisa Jones, do you need some sort of streaming Viagra? Why can't you come up? Obviously not right this second. I mean, just, I understand that there's difficulties. We'll have to figure it out. We know you have the capability. We just need to find an appropriate way to get everything working correctly. I'm like that meme of the lady, figuring out like algebraic equations. Sort of like that. Sort of like that. Correct, Daphne. Or the female version, Niagara. You're welcome. You can have that one as well. It's an oldie but a goodie. Oh, there we go. Just so that you have an idea of what I was about to do there, I went to hit one thing to do one thing, managed to hit an entirely different thing to the point that I was starting to edit code of a web page. Now look, I think we can all understand that that might not be the best thing for me to be doing right now. It's maybe just a smidge ambitious. I know that Griffey will be pissing herself. And even just the thought of that. That's why I thought I should describe it. All right, Griffey, all right. Don't rub it in, for goodness sake. Come on now. Come on. We'll have to give it a wee go, Lisa Jones, either later or another time, and because we know that there's a way that you do it. We just need to get you to be hitting the right things, to do the right things at the right time. For all the things to talk to each other. Science, bitch. It's amazing. Bubblegum. There are so many people who I have seen do that um, at various different times. One of the funniest was the Wilsons' Dallas when she popped up on somebody's stream. It was all sorts of unfortunate. She admits that herself. I can't. There's only so much we can do. The thought of it now is just making me giggle. It was glorious. I was watching in real time thinking, what? What are you doing over here? What? Why are you there? Why are you there? Why are you saying these things? What is even happening? What is life? Where are we? How did we get here? All of those questions and more. Okie dokie, let me try again. I'm laughing at the thought of bubblegum nearly pulling a TM. I can't begin to tell you how unfortunate that would be right now in all of the different ways. We're very glad to see you, Pooh. Hello, hello, hello to anybody I missed earlier while I was busy telling everybody off. Well, not everybody, just, certain people. because we know you're listening. The people that listen but don't listen but do listen but they don't listen but they want to tell their whole chat about all the things and show their chat the video but they don't listen but they know but they don't. It's very complicated. Very, very complicated. And yes, Lisa Jones. We'll keep this brief just for the sake of sanity. It says host waiting to be added. Nothing coming up. Okay, right. Let me try. Oh, that was nearly an issue. Nearly. Nearly deleted everything. That would have been hilarious. And yes, Eliza, psychic abilities almost. It's kind of amazing, to be honest. The amount that people can tell from the, as Ernie would say, the screen shoots. It's amazing to me. There's not a university in the land that could manage to explain that to people.
Hello, am I here or what?
Hello! Hello, Jessie! How are you doing?
There's been an awful lot going on and I'm kind of thinking that I might leave YouTube.
Okay, I
I've been thinking
understand.
for a while.
I understand that you're going to have to say certain things in certain ways,
Yeah.
but
Um,
try and fill us all in on how you're feeling. You still there, Jessie?
yeah, I am.
Okay, love.
I feel I'm being dragged and persecuted in the last couple of weeks, and I'm doing the more than anybody else is doing on YouTube, and I feel it's time now that I leave. I've been brought here through Heidi and the rest of them, and I checked out what YouTube was about, and I think it's maybe in my best interest to leave YouTube.
I can definitely understand why you're feeling under pressure. And I'm not going to say to you, don't do it, because that's always like, well, people don't really understand. You're like, it's not your name that's being dragged through the mud. It's not your family. It's not you being criticized. But on this occasion, there are so many of us who've been in a very similar circumstance. Now, the big difference with you, Jessie, is just as you said, the whole reason that you came to end up being on panels and YouTube in general was because of purple and tidy.
I feel, that I was used to hurt Susan at the time, and now I'm being told I'm hurting people, and I'm part of something that I know I'm not part of, and I feel, no matter what I do, I'm being watched. My family is being watched and talking about welfare checks to my home. I don't need that. I don't need that kind of thing in my life.
No,
No. The negativity around that. I mean, waking up in the morning and seeing what's been on the night before, because my name has come up so many times, and I've heard it again the other night on Jenna's panel, and I heard it again today on Purple's panel. I mean, when is enough enough?
honestly, love,
Honestly, love.
part of the
Part of the
problem they
problem they
have
have
with
with
you
you.
is that they won't be honest about why you're here in the first place.
No.
They won't be honest with their own chat. I remember, because I
Hmm.
was here then. I wasn't part of Susan's channel. I knew who she was, but I wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
And I remember Purple being so proud that she had reached out to not one but two people in Susan's family.
There was a
That's
lot more
going
than
real
that.
life. Yeah, right, right. That's only the clip. That's literally the clip I can prove, though. That's why
Yeah.
I get so sketchy about being careful about what I say. It's not because
There
I,
has there has
yep,
been other family members that they reached out to as well.
which is insane.
Hmm. And at the time, we didn't understand what was going on. We didn't know Susan was on YouTube. We didn't know very much about what was the deal between different channels and who was fighting with who. We knew nothing. We were in this, and I feel, the way things are going in the last couple of months, I'm watching how Tony's been dragged. I'm watching the circle jerks being dragged. I'm watching multiple friends being destroyed around me, and I think it's horrible.
It is horrible. And you're right to be annoyed. You're right to be hurt. You're right to be angry. You're right to be disgusted. Right to be frustrated.
I'm
There's,
thinking,
yep, go on, love.
I'm thinking, I never had this in my life, never. And waking up and you're feeling like, you have to check YouTube because and I'm kind of saying, why should I have fear like that when I don't need it?
No,
No,
nobody needs that.
nobody needs that. No, having people following you from chat to chat, knowing that you're being followed, knowing because you're in certain channels that you're seen as ugly or grey or some sort of a monster. I don't need that. And I'm kind of, I'm going to drop down. I just said I'd say it, but I'd say it to you today anyway.
Before you go, let me tell you something, love. Whether it's myself or pretty
Hmm.
much anyone else in this chat, whoever it is you decide to speak to, please do reach out to one of us, because I can promise you, if we were able to talk elsewhere, there's a
Hmm.
whole lot you wouldn't understand. But you're not alone, love. You're not alone. There's so many of us. That's why I've got a YouTube channel, for goodness sake. I have no desire to do YouTube.
No.
No desire. And that's no disrespect to the people that are here in the chat. I appreciate each and every one of you, but I'm here to try and correct some of the lies and bullshit that is going on. That's what Pooh is doing as well. So much lies and utter bullshit. Precious chaos. Circle jerks.
I'd love to say more, but not on this platform today. No.
No, no, no. But we will sort that out. So even if it means you need to take a break until you make that decision, either way,
Yeah.
I can recommend that. I've done that myself, where you need to just get away from it, all of it. Refocus, remember who you are, what's important in life, and remember where the boundaries are. And for you in particular, I understand, again, and I'm being very careful here on purpose, that there's an element of extra complexity there, because
Yeah.
you have your sister that's has her own channel, and then that adds, it means no matter what you do, you're automatically tied to that person. No matter what I do, you're automatically tied to me because we're Irish.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where it's just, there's elements of craziness the whole way down, but you have so much love and support. And one of the things that I admired about you is how you have managed to keep calm in the face of all this craziness, even when it's so frustrating and pushing you to your limit. The people that you are around, and it's not because we're in the same place. I have seen this before we ever spoke to each other.
Hmm.
But we love you very much, Jessie. So whatever that decision is, you have to do what's right for you. But no matter what, this won't be the end of things
No.
with you and us. We're not letting you go that easily. So just putting that out there. We will hunt you down, Bish. We will hunt you down.
I feel I'm being hunted anyway, so you know.
Well, look, isn't it funny that the ones who brought you here are now so desperate to get rid of you because you're not doing what they wanted?
I was never going to do that. I came
No.
on here to learn and to learn what was what, and I'm actually sick to my stomach to see what I'm seeing recent weeks.
Yep. And the sad truth is, there is a lot worse. There is. I'm not going to lie to you and say that it gets better or it goes away, or there's one of my good friends who has been trailed to eternity and back
Hmm.
because of an entire misunderstanding and because of someone else's behaviors
Hmm.
for nearly 2 years now.
My God.
A good person with a very good heart and a very kind soul. The rest of us have had some fallout here and there, but there are certain people, usually the less likely you are to get up and fight back because you're not going to carry on like they are, the more they want to take advantage of it. So no matter what your decision is, your fight isn't over, because even if you're not here to do it,
I think I'm going to step away. I feel that
take a wee mental health break. A wee holiday, a virtual holiday from the YouTubes.
mhm,
That's not a bad thing. We all need to do that at times. We all need that. Otherwise, you would lose your ever living mind, because this place is crazy. These people are very different. Nobody in your. Can you imagine somebody in the town or village that you live in carrying on like this?
it wouldn't be allowed. You know that yourself. Oh my God.
Right? And and Jesse will tell you, we have got a lot of crazy people over here. We've got a lot of crazy people.
And it
Very,
wouldn't
very
matter what
weird.
corner of Ireland you lived in. They'd come to you and they'd you would be no more, and that'll be it. That's putting it nicely.
Right? This isn't somebody, just being a little bit different, or these are cruel people. Cruel.
I thought
Dangerous.
I saw it all with things that happen here. But YouTube is another dimension. That's what I'll say.
And not an enjoyable one at times, but we all, in various different ways, at least a good portion of us understand. I know I
Yeah,
do. I know I do. So yeah, we'll talk about that a whole different place. Suck it,
yeah.
Purple. You're not going to get to hear all the juicy dates. Suck it.
You can wait for another day.
Yeah. I had to add that just, because that'll annoy her even more than anything else.
Yeah, well,
But we do love you very much, Jessie. We
thanks a
do.
million, and thanks to everyone that's been there for me.
We love you. Can we get a load of little hearts in the chat for beautiful Jessie, because she's definitely feeling it, and we know why. We see why.
I'll
So we
say
love you.
goodbye, ladies. Bye.
Okay, darling. Love you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Well, takes a wee minute after you've come off panel to be able to go and read the chat again and stuff. So whether or not Jessie sees this now or later, I hope you realize that you have so much love. So much. And we would do pretty much anything. Not entirely anything. I'm not going to volunteer to. Well, I might send nuds to Benny if I thought that meant them getting off your back. But apart from that, um, nothing is worth it whenever people are making you so miserable. When people are trying to literally go real life. It was part of the reason why I had a struggle with what to do today, what to say, whether to go and cover every word, every lie, every mistake, every misinformed opinion. But I see it in everybody. Everybody's starting to feel that there's so much unhappiness. not because we're miserable people, but because these people are dangerous. They will contact your family. They will make false CPS calls. They will call the police and tell them things. Which is why, whether it was Heidi or Purple that stated it, Purple sure as fuck didn't correct it when Heidi stated that it could be circle jerks. Is that what it's going to take for others to understand, for all of us to run live streams and guess at what things may be? Just ask endless questions? Leaving people to come to their own conclusion, whether the information is there or not. It's craziness. And yeah, Scapegoat, they have no boundaries. None. I know that Jenna is under some sort of illusion that there's some sort of group meeting that happened at some point in order to decide why people did or didn't like her. I've been very clear about my feeling about Jenna. Again, whether you support the Wells family or not, no matter what your opinion is on what happened to Summer, the important person in that should be Summer. When you have people out here that are reaching out to the families of not just creators, not just subs, but the families and children, relatives of missing children, befriending them, putting out their personal information, their texts, their messages. That shouldn't be acceptable. To put that out into a public forum is dangerous. And again, the reason I say these things now is because we know that whatever part of the screen shoot team is listening, it's part of my problem with not just Purple, but quite a few of the key people she surrounds herself with, is they are all people like that, untrustworthy, backstabbing, immoral, occasionally criminal, unhinged. That's not the person I would want to put around the mother of a missing child. So I'm sorry that again Purple will take that as me somehow criticising Brandy Neal. It is not that. What I am doing is criticising Purple and Levid and Trixie and Heidi and Jenna. There's a common theme between them all. Oh my God, Heather, you might as well try to figure it. She is a whole bag of dangerous. But again, Nicolina is one of the creators that Purple supports. She's happy to support her. Purple was in Nicolina's chat just yesterday and the day before when Nicolina was confessing that her and her team had gone very real life on another creator. You know, calling a motel, calling their family members, reaching out messages, all of those things. And then she wants to pop up on Jenna's and act all feckin' stupid, all surprised that somebody would be so terrible as when they are accused of harming a child or issuing a threat to a child. That they would be curious to see if a report was ever made. Never mind what was in it. Because we can't trust anything that can come out of your mouth, Purple. Nothing. The time that you could have been that person is so far past now. And as for you, Jenna, you're so desperate to be relevant again that Purple doesn't even see what you're doing right now. And I don't know whether to feel sorry for Purple, that she isn't even aware of what you're doing, or to feel like she deserves it. Right, Lenny. They are. They are. It's only a weak person that cannot formulate an argument, that cannot hold a rational conversation, that has to take a power trip with a panel to kick people off, to, again, do like Jenna did, claim to have this friend that she is so happy to talk endless shit about now. A friend for over a year, her ride or die, how much she loved her. And look at the disgusting way you treat her. Brandy Neal, if you can't understand that that will be you someday, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. These people aren't good people. There will come a time when others see what we see. Absolute insanity. Just as I was talking earlier about the Boit or the drama community, it's one thing that they really dislike is going real life. And by that, they are not talking about publicly accessible information. at exploiting what is private, family relationships, putting out pictures of someone's home address. And yes, Heidi, using pictures of a husband or children that aren't on YouTube. That shouldn't be okay. It shouldn't be okay. But that doesn't sell to people. People want to watch the craziness. People want to watch the shit show. People want to watch chaos on a daily basis. And unfortunately, as part of what Jesse was just stating there, we look around and all we see is chaos. Because instead of learning to do better, a lot of these people get further and further down until the level is so far down that the buoyed are the ones that are being respectful of people. Scapegoat, I am not surprised. Not surprised. Again, for anybody who was around for the start of Summer's case, and for at least the first 6 months, it was the most unfortunate learning lesson I have had. People doing some very, again, just unacceptable things. But suddenly now nobody remembers and they want to be friends with that person. That's cute. Right, Pollyanna? Hatred and negativity. There's no laughter, there's no fun, it's not a conversation, it's just aggression and ridicule, not humor. And it does make me question about what do we do? What is the purpose? The only thing I can see to do is to be able to document some of it so that other people don't fall into the same trap we did in our various different ways. Right, Soup? They confuse commentary with facts. Sorry, confuse commentary and facts with going real life, but truly they know better. It just sounds better to say someone went real life. Victim runs deep. Correct. Amen. Hallelujah. There are a lot of stories that need to be told. Soup. There's a lot of it. A lot of it gets lost in opinion. A lot of it gets lost in anything really, because and that's not criticizing one creator or one set of creators. There's so much. And it's not about exposing a person. It's not about putting out their secrets. I don't know how many times I've had to state that the things that I will put out are only the things you can find on YouTube. That's all. But Purple's more worried about what my face looks like. I mean, that says it all, really. So, let's see. That all got a bit serious because I am worried. I'm worried about everybody, really. Even the people I don't like. Even the people I don't like, Heidi. Can you hear that? Can you try and take that into your brain? I do not need to be your friend to hope that your general well-being and life quality is better than digging in the gutter for screen shoots. There's a whole lot of different things, separate things that need to be talked about. It's the only way that other people will learn, not by dragging. We all have our different ways. Some people tell jokes, some people show the footage, some people add a funny picture, some people will give you just the bare facts. Some people will give you their version of a story with nothing to correlate it. Right, Frank. Your goddamn face ID loves you. Oh, lordy. So much chaos. So much. Not just precious chaos, just utter chaos. Talking of which, Pooh, when is your next music stream going to be happening? Because, like, don't get us wrong, we know you have life things to do and stuff, but, you know, you're our one safe place of non-bloodshed on these streets. And I don't think you've any idea really how powerful that is. So many people try to do it, but usually once any of us start speaking, somebody's going to have a problem with it. That's just the way human beings work. Not everybody likes everybody. Not everybody can get on. We get it. The difference is Purple, Heidi, Livid, all of the rest. I don't need to reach out to your feckin' family in order to prove to you how little I get on with you. That's just weird. It's creepy. And yes, Pooh, that's a date, a provisional date for Wednesday. I'm scheduling you in right now. Right. Pooh, I have no idea. No idea. I'm glad because that was going to be one of the things I would cover, but I didn't. Again, so much to just that a whole lot of interesting things going on over there. Even even Jenna had a go at trying to mimic Tits' accent, which, I'm sorry, Jenna, you're no soup. Sit the fuck down, go to bed. You did embarrass yourself because whatever attempt that was, it didn't work. It didn't work. Sorry. No. Right, chat. Since we've made it to the 2 hour mark, I need your opinion. Griffey loves it when I do that. Whenever she wakes up and hears me saying that, she's going to be, no, no, I don't love you doing that way. It melts my head when you do that. um, right. I'm trying to refocus and think because I don't want to end up doing these weirdo 8 hour live sessions here. So, now, let me ask your general opinions in the chitty chat. Do you guys want to continue on for a little bit with a little bit of a panel type situation? Do we take a break, regroup, a little loo break, a little comfort break, go and check on the weasel, do all of the things? Yep, you want to do panel? Okie dokie. Okay, so that's 2 for a panel. We've got. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do, folks, is what will I do? I need your opinions because look, I'm still a baby at this thing. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Do I end this and start a new one, or will we take a little 5-minute music break and then we'll do a little panel chit chat? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Okie dokie. Right. And meat is all sort of halfway. Every day's a wee day. Yes, weighing everywhere. Weighing all of the things. Wee needs to wee. Wee doesn't check on the weasel. And the 8 sets of toe beans. There will be terrible things. So we needs to do all those things. Amanda Cox, I hate you, but I love you. So if we end this one, take a wee break, a wee 15-minute break, and then you can all come back and we'll have a little conversational. How does that sound? What do you think? What do you think? And yes, Purple, that's preferable to listen to you grunting down the mic for hours every day, to be honest, love. Soup's going to sing? Excellent. Okay, so let's see, 15 minutes from now, approximately, and we'll be back. And we'll do a whole new thing. We'll do a whole new thing. The bushes will be empty. Get the fuck out of my bush. And Chris, hello. See, is that where Chris was hiding all this time? I can't fail to notice that the second I mentioned the bush, she appeared. Just saying. Okay, right. Everybody out. Clean up after yourselves. We'll see you in a whole new thing. 15 minutes. We'll just do a thing. Just keep an eye out because I'm just going to have to just start the live the good old-fashioned way. Alrighty? Okay. Love you long time. Thank you very much, everybody. And yes, we're all leaving now because you're here, Chris. No, we're all taking a loo break. And checking on the weasel. And we'll be back in 15 minutes with a whole new stream. So just saying, if anybody wants to come up on panel, we're going to give that a bash. God help us all. Say whatever prayers to whatever deity you believe in. We may need it. Okay. Love you long time. See you in 15. Bye.
One of these days are coming, I'm gonna take that boy's crown. There's a serpent in these still waters, lying deep down. To that king I will bow, at least for now. One of these days are coming, I'm gonna take that boy's crown. 'Cause I am a little wicked, I am, 'cause I am. Hands raised, just like it said, I am a little wicked. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on the throne. I'll be high up in that tower, he'll be down there getting stoned. Beware the patient woman, 'cause this much I know. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on the throne. 'Cause I am a little wicked, I am. Hands raised, just like it said, I am a little wicked. I am a little wicked, I am, yes I am. Hands raised, just like Chris when you're sitting on a throne. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne.